let's talk about the DM.
What's up, people? Here we are. We are here. We are back. We are hopefully recording sound.
And I'm taller.
Well,
not actually,
sort of.
just...
You want to switch places?
No.
Sure, because you're still against the white and I'm against the black?
No.
You don't care?
No.
You're okay with it?
I have a red shirt.
Against a purple background?
Yep.
That you chose?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alright, so for all the things that I have
We're live at 105.
I have nothing to talk about. We are what?
Live at 105.
105. No, we didn't do?
What?
You didn't say roll the intro.
Oh well. Roll the intro.
Alright, let's talk about the DM.
No. I'm talking about the previous podcast.
Yeah, I know, but we have an intro for this too.
Yes, I know, but what?
We have an intro for
That's
this
not going to
too.
help us in the previous podcast.
Could always just throw in a clip of me wearing the same shirt saying roll the intro from a previous podcast.
I should take the one from last week where you're like, blah! And
Yeah, just stick it in there.
just put dub in your voice over yourself. Roll the intro!
Like,
Have the mouth be a little bit off.
just animate my arms to move. What do you mean you don't have
Jazz
anything
hands.
to talk about?
I kind of don't. You've got a lot to talk about because last week we went and recorded a whole podcast with no audio.
Yeah.
So you've got lots of stuff
last week
that I'm
and
not
this
really
week.
interested in anymore.
Yeah. I'm just re-saying it now.
So now we need you
It's not going to be interesting
to
anymore.
go ahead, say what you said again, and then we'll jump into the new stuff.
Okay.
Are you ready? Come on. Give them the news, man.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out on PC and Stadia.
Okay, I have a question about that. Because now I saw this today. When is it coming to PC? Because I
don't know.
yeah.
I don't think they said when. They
Is
just
it
said it's going to happen.
So is it just 2 or are both of them coming out on PC?
I saw a thing that it said it was going to be both.
So,
But
will
it's
I be
gonna
able to get it
through-
on Steam?
No, it's going to be through Rockstar's launcher.
Okay.
Because they made their own launcher. That was the next thing.
So there is the potential that we're going to be able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PC.
Right, which was previously a PlayStation exclusive.
It still says PlayStation exclusive on their Wikipedia page. I went there today. Continue. This is me not having anything to say.
Apex Legends changed their map. They completely overhauled it. There's like new areas and stuff. There's a train that goes around the entire map that has pretty good loot on it.
And in my new say nothing form, Fortnite just did the same damn thing.
Yeah, but bigger.
And it has a black hole and everything.
Yeah. It's dumb.
And now it's live and it's a new map.
And apparently,
I don't know details.
It's better.
Better than
What it was before.
Yeah,
People are
that
just
makes
calling
sense.
it Fortnite 2 and it's better and it has new stuff.
But that's what should happen. But the whole the thing, the gimmick,
The black hole being
black
sucked
hole,
in and all their social media and everything went away and then it came back and now it's all new.
that's pretty awesome.
So
I thought that was a pretty cool idea, is to have everything go into a black hole and then
yeah, I
thought that
thought
was
they were
pretty
going to
cool.
do something similar in season 2 of Apex because they had when the game first launched, there were these big creatures that were walking around in the water, and I believe they were in Titanfall as well.
Oh yeah.
But then in season 2, they walked on the land, and they were in the middle of the map.
That's
and
not right.
I don't know if you could land on them, and there were like dragons flying around and stuff.
That ain't right.
And I thought they were gonna have those big aliens just sort of destroy the entire map, and then you were gonna go to a different place, which that might have been cool. But they just completely overhauled their map. I think it's the same size Just all the familiar areas are all different, and it's all ice parts and lava parts, and yeah. So there's that. I played some of it. I'm still bad at it.
Are you gonna ever get good at it?
I'm getting a tiny bit better.
If you're good at Destiny 2, why can't you be good at this?
It's not the same game.
Well,
or Titanfall, you mean?
No.
Destiny
I'm talking about the Destiny, the fast-paced, the run and gun.
No, because you could
FPS
say if I'm
over the shoulder.
You could say that I'm okay at Overwatch and I'm not good at Apex.
Then what's your problem?
I don't know.
I think you need to fix yourself.
I don't know. It's not difficult because of the game. The game itself is very easy. But you just, I don't know. I have certain tactics that work sometimes and don't work other times. Like going the farthest I can from everybody else and then getting a bunch of stuff and then slowly working my way back to the circle. Mm-hmm. But then sometimes the circle ends up being right where I am and everybody else comes to me. And then I die really fast. So one thing is, and I don't think this was in the game when it first launched, you can be killed and be respawned multiple times in a game. So they added that mechanic of you go down, you can be healed, but if you die, they can pick up your data and run to a thing and respawn you in. Yeah. And I think
wasn't that there before?
Right, that was in the game when it first came out, but you could only do it once per game.
Oh, I see.
Now you can do it multiple times.
Well, that kind of okay.
So
maybe you'll get more than one kill.
Right, maybe. I don't know. I'm still bad at it. Oh yeah, this was last week's stuff. Bungie moved Destiny 2 from Battle.net to Steam. And I did the integration wrong. Mm-hmm. And
continue.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free for everybody to play. The only thing that isn't free is that new DLC that they put on Steam that started the integration. And they smushed Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 into one big game, so all the stuff is there.
Next.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint was released on October 4th. But you can only play it on Uplay's subscription service. You can't play it on Steam.
Why are you hating?
I don't know. I wanted to play Ghost Recon, I think Wildlands or something, the one that's on Steam. I wanted to play that, then I didn't because
so why don't you play it?
It didn't go on sale, so I didn't buy it, and I didn't care all that much. I just looked cool.
Because that's what it's all about.
Yeah. The Apple Arcade happened.
It did.
Been playing that. Not as much as last week. There are several games that they took from Steam and put on the Apple Arcade. There's a fighting game. There's the Hot Lava game, which is like Floor's Lava obstacle course thing.
I'm about to make Hot Lava myself.
Okay.
I'll be back. Keep going with your list.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
Hot Lava was first released on Steam, and when they put it on the Apple Arcade, I don't know how it controls and how the gameplay is on Steam. It might be good. I don't know. I was kind of waiting for it to go on sale because there's a big sale every week, so it might go on sale and I might get it. But on the Apple Arcade, it's free, and I decided let me just try it out. And all the games from the Apple Arcade you can use a controller with, and I have a SteelSeries controller that I use for as many games as I can. So I was playing that, and it doesn't control very well. The perspective of the camera in relation to your body and where you land on the platforms is very disjointed. It's not very fun to do. It almost feels tedious and just sort of annoying. It's not interesting or difficult. It's difficult for the wrong reasons. And also there's 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 nothing really compelling you to go through this thing. There's no impending danger. You're just sort of there's nothing behind you pushing you forward. It's just you have to not fall in the lava, which you do more often than landing on the platforms. And their whole thing is keep your momentum moving forward. Don't ever stop. But if you try to do that, you're going to be looking at a platform and you're going to miss it, or you're not going to grab onto the bars or the wall or whatever. Some of the mechanics are a bit weird and not very cohesive, and it just feels kind of janky. Anyway, that's my review of Hot Lava on iOS through the Apple Arcade. I think the Apple Arcade is a good thing. I think it's worth getting because there are a lot of games that are on other platforms. So say you don't have a Switch, or you don't have a PC, or you don't have an Xbox or PlayStation. There are some smaller games that share the platforms. There's one platformer that I saw on the Switch, and it's on iOS, and I've been playing that, and you can use a controller and such, and you can go handheld with the touch controls. One thing I think they did pretty well with the Apple Arcade was taking the touch controls and making them better, because some iOS games don't have great touch controls. You can get good at what you have. When I didn't have a computer or a Switch, or I didn't know how to use a controller, I was pretty good with the touch controls in first-person shooters. But still, compared to a controller or just even the buttons on the Switch, it doesn't give you that same level of control. So I think touch controls on iOS are just kind of janky in general. That's just how I feel about them. And I have many hours in many iOS games, so yeah, and that's just my opinion of iOS games. So I don't really have. That was the last of my my last week's stuff. One thing I know my father doesn't care about is Overwatch, and that was recently released on the Switch, which I've thought about getting, but I play Overwatch on PC, and I don't know if it'll be better. They say that there's a new way to play with the motion controls with some of the ultimate abilities. I don't know if that will be better because you kind of move a lot, and just in other games when they use the touch controls, you might accidentally do something or miss or whatever. So there's that. Perfect timing. I just got to the new stuff.
Did you? Oh God, I can't get through.
Oh God.
Please disregard anything from the man behind the curtain. All right.
I just got to the new stuff.
In your old stuff, is there anything in the old stuff that I need to talk about?
No.
Good.
I just said that Overwatch was released on the Switch.
That's nice.
And that you don't care.
Would you even play Overwatch on the Switch?
I don't know.
I
don't know if
okay,
I would
you've
want
got
to
it on
play
the
Overwatch.
You've got it on the PC
like
now.
This.
Wait, you've got it on the PC now.
Yeah.
Would you? I mean, because that's what a lot of people are doing with the Fortnite.
Right.
They're playing it handheld, small, cell phone, right?
Or Switch.
Right.
Which is essentially
and now
screen size of cell phone.
Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Which just had a milestone.
Yes, I saw that.
And then
a sales milestone.
I'm sorry, these kind of games, I don't want to play on these little things.
No, I want to play it on a big screen because just with a big screen, you miss so much.
Well, do you miss so much? It's
the
same screen.
No, because you're focused, in Fortnite. You've got people running around everywhere, And it's very hard to spot people. It's even worse in Apex. Because all the characters are essentially camouflaged.
Right.
And you're not in this overly cartoony world. You're in a more realistic world, and
which makes it better.
Yes, it does make it better. But in Fortnite, it's still difficult to see people, and even on a big screen, someone really far in the distance, you just are like, is that a person or is that a tree? And then you have.
But are you saying that's because of the size of the screen, like on a little screen, that becomes an issue, or are you saying on a big screen you can see them then?
I'm saying on both it's hard to see.
I know, but so then why are you choosing big screen over little screen?
I don't know. Because, this cannot be more accurate.
Why not?
Because I think the highest level of accuracy for any shooter is mouse and keyboard. Because you can be way more precise than with joysticks or touch controls. Mouse and keyboard is like
yeah, but who cares?
The most accurate way.
That sounds good, but if 60, 70, 80% of your people are not using mouse and keyboard, then what does it matter? Now, maybe you could be right, and I think I've heard somebody say that before, that, yes, it's more accurate, but now you're talking about competition level players.
Right.
You're not talking about you.
Right.
Me.
And
regular folk who play games sometimes.
That's kind of why, the last time I played Fortnite, which was way long ago, months ago, I think it was last year actually. It was around the time where they had just released it on iOS. And I played some of it, and it's like, and I just said this to the people, touch controls are janky.
But what if they get better?
Because
you got Apple Arcade, and I'm sure
right, but
with their
that's
new
what I
phone,
said. With the Apple Arcade, those controls are better. But for Fortnite, a fast pace, you have to pick up things.
But wait a minute, you don't have the new phone.
That doesn't matter.
Oh,
the game doesn't change.
Wait a moment. Yes,
phone.
but you said controls, and if your phone is better at taking in your inputs.
No, it's not about that. It's about the speed that you can move.
Yeah, can't you move faster on a faster phone?
Not necessarily.
I think that's what people are going to be doing.
Depends on you.
No, I think that's what
your
people are
physical movements.
Yeah, well, if you're faster than your iPad, and then you get a phone or another iPad that is faster than that, then your inputs are going to go in faster.
Maybe. Still, touch controls.
How are you playing? How are you playing these games?
Touch controls are janky.
Yes, but I'm. My point
Just
is, all of these manufacturers of phones, tablets, especially since Stadia is coming out with being able to play on anything. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? I have a feeling touch controls might become the thing because, like you said, your sticks and stuff may not be as accurate, but your finger on the screen, yeah, that might be. And as long as you're not an old person and you've got good hand-eye, right? All right.
Maybe.
So what else you got over there?
The Witcher is out on the Switch too.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I don't know who would download The Witcher.
When is The Witcher
now
coming out on Netflix? The show.
Who the hell wants to watch that?
You
want to watch The Witcher? You want to watch? You want to watch Superman be a Witcher?
Yeah, I have a tiny bit of a problem with that.
You want to watch Superman with that lip?
You know what movie that was that he was growing the mustache for?
Oh no, not what he was growing it for.
It was the Mission Impossible. It was that movie.
He had to keep it. He had to keep it. He
It
wasn't growing a mustache.
It was so weird. It was so weird because even when you're dead, your hair still grows. So they could have just kept the mustache.
Yeah, but he's an alien.
No, but Still,
No. You can't
your hair still grows when you're dead.
our things, human things, to this alien person. And then act like, oh, it's just supposed to just happen this way because you lived on Earth.
Oh, so we're gonna CG out his lip?
Yes, his whole lip.
Whole thing. Someone did a thing for Infinity War where they did a whole scene of Captain America's beard with CG'd out with a strong jaw and all. Yeah. It looked like really bad.
Oh, gosh. All right, what else you got? I'm sorry, I'm not all... I mean, I might watch The Witcher thing. Might watch it.
Like 2 episodes.
But you know what? Honestly,
I haven't even played the game.
I care nothing about this universe.
Witcher,
I mean,
it came
I
from
think
a
The
book
Witcher...
series too.
The Witcher came at a time where I didn't know much about this type of game.
Yeah.
And so when I started playing it, it was like really like overwhelming and too much. And
that
then,
was one of the first open world games we played.
Right.
And
it was. I think it was the first.
Right.
And so then it was like
before the Far
I didn't
Cries
really like it, but then like Far Cry came along and Far Cry 4 came along. Is it 4? Yeah.
4 and Primal.
Right. No, not Primal. You were all into
I was in the Primal. Actually, Far Cry 4 came out
after Primal.
2014, but still.
Wait, which is the one with John C?
5.
5 is the one that I played.
That you played, yes.
And that's, you
didn't play 4.
Oh,
you played like 4. The first 20 minutes of 4.
Right.
And the first 2 minutes of Primal.
Right. And so it's like, then you got to get into the open worldiness and the running around and talking to people and so then you go back to The Witcher and you're just like, why?
Yeah.
This feels so terrible.
Yeah, and then I think for you it was Far Cry, Fallout, and Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
the first
Assassin's Creed, I jumped right on in and it was good times.
Totally open world, and we didn't really go back to Fallout because it's so...
Yeah, Fallout, same thing with The Witcher.
It's so just like drab and sad.
No, that's not why.
I didn't like being in the world.
I'm fine. I'm totally okay with
drab and sad.
Post-apocalyptic. I'm totally all right with that. It's just the I guess the mechanics like fighting in that game.
Yeah, fighting is horrible in that. If they gave, because it's still Bethesda and it's like Doom, I think came out. Doom came out after it.
It's like you need Doom ability.
Yeah,
inside
Doom
of
fighting
that world.
in that world, because that stupid VAT system where you target on the body parts and you can miss and stuff. No, that was horrible.
I mean, yeah,
that's terrible for like fighting animals that are just relentless coming at you.
Yeah.
Like for people across a room, maybe when they pop their head out, you can target on and shoot them. But for like a bug flying around your head, that's horrible. Or like big crab things coming out of the water to eat your face. And
yeah, you're not running around going straight melee and killing stuff. Right. Which is what you can do in Far Cry.
Right, you can do that.
You can just go full ham on them, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just take them out.
Get that spiked baseball bat.
Yeah, exactly. See?
So just start whooping.
Speaking of whooping.
What?
Rage 2. The DLC.
Yes.
Yes.
Into that.
What is it
called?
called?
You feeling about
Rise of the Ghosts.
How you feeling about that? You're in a new area, right?
You're in you're like a whole nother island, and it's a little bit smaller. It's about the size of one of the areas of the main game, and
you can fast travel between the two.
I think you can.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it yet.
We looked at
but it says you could do it, which might be good because like I haven't found a place to like buy things for your car and stuff like that. I haven't seen a place for that yet. So,
but you know where all that stuff is on
in the main map.
Right.
Yeah. The things that you're fighting against in this area are
like you, right?
Much more different. Well, there's a few there's a couple different things. So you got the people that are enhanced because they've been genetically modified so that they can accept
the nanotrite.
The feltrite.
Feltrite or nanotrite?
Oh, feltrite, they eat it.
They eat the Feltrite?
Yeah, they try to get it into their blood in any way they can.
Oh, God.
The nanotrites, I think
what
they're
you
called.
have.
That's what you have in your blood that allows you to take advantage of them.
Okay.
So they're basically like eating. It's ridiculous. So they're kind of stronger. So
do they have similar powers to you? Because I saw some of them.
oh,
Like,
some of them. Yep, some of them
and
can
stuff.
dash and they can disappear and reappear. And they some of them that are following the Chicky Poo that's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who also has the nanotrites.
But she was a
ranger.
A ranger.
Right. And
so,
they didn't listen to her and such.
Right. She's
bitter.
Her idea was that she was going to solve the problems of the world by giving the people the ability to use this, technology. Giving them the ability to have abilities. Mm. That's what her thing was. So, but it's not bad. I mean, I played it one day for a few hours and it feels kind of like the same. You kind of start driving around and but there's a lot of things that like the whole thing with that the group that's trying to take over and all their ships and all the stuff that they were doing. Mm-hmm. None of that's there. Mm-hmm. This is just a destroyed freaking world with all these things that are like running around in it, but they're not, and it's not that group that you defeated in the main game. Mm. So that's kind of interesting. Because that was getting boring, just running them over and blowing them up. It just got really boring. It
is kind of difficult in games when you have played it and beat it, and then they come up with more stuff. It's because I've seen this from a few games where it's difficult to have a different area and have it be totally different from what you've been doing to keep it interesting and fresh. Because, like you said, the navigation of the place is still the same, getting in the car, driving around. That's not new anymore.
Right.
There isn't a new way to really do that. So, that's, I don't know, there's just I've seen some games do it really well and do, like, this whole new thing. And then other games just like, yeah, it's just the same thing with just this new dude or whatever to fight. It's just this new enemy or this new place on the map or whatever. What else do I have on here? I've got some other things. Little Nightmares.
That you finished this morning, right?
I didn't finish it at all. I played like an hour and a half of it.
Is it awesome?
It's scary.
Is it awesome?
I don't know if it's awesome, but it's scary. It reminds me of
Halloween's coming.
Of Inside, but way worse. Because Inside was just kind of like, I don't know what's happening. There's suspense. People are chasing me. I have to evade things. But this is just like, you play as this like gnome person, so you're really small, and you're on this really big like ship. I'm guessing it's a ship because of the way that some of the areas move. It almost moves like you're bobbing on water. Mm-hmm. And there's like big fans and machinery and such. So I'm guessing that you're on a ship. Mm-hmm. You still don't really know what's happening. Mm-hmm. You have like a weird dream and then you wake up and you're playing. And there are these little cone head guys that you have to hug. I don't know what they do for you, but you can hug them. I don't know what it does. But it's very suspenseful and very stressful because it's dark.
And you're a scary kind of person.
Yeah, I am.
He loves the scary things.
I don't. I just get scared very easily. So, one thing I do want to say, I looked and all the DLC is included in the what is it? Complete edition on the Switch. You get all the DLC, which I didn't see that before. Mm. They just showed two little like mask things, but I went back and I read further in the description, and you get all the DLC that you would get on PC. So now that because before I
But
was
this is also a very old game, isn't it?
I think last year, 2017.
Which?
Yeah, I think.
What's the name of the game again?
Little Nightmares. So you can look. I think it's 2017 or 2018. I can't remember. I know the Switch version came out later. But I was thinking it was just the base game, and that's why I was saying that the Steam version might be better. But you get I got into the game, and there's all the DLC there. So, and it was, I believe, less because I got it on sale. But the thing on Steam is you would be buying the game, and then you'd be buying the DLC separately, and that's like 3 different things, like 3 different prices for the DLC. But it might be better for the visual because you can't change the resolution. Oh god, the camera stopped twice, very close to each other. You can't change the resolution of the game on the Switch. You have no control over that. And on a 4K monitor, it's kind of fuzzy.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy. And like the text of the menus and stuff is kind of pixelated.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's not like I can't read this, but it's enough to be like this is fuzzy and it's not crisp and clear. But as soon as you go handheld, it's clear.
On 720p.
Right. but the main game is still it's a little fuzzy, it's a little grainy.
Did you know the name of your character in this game?
I believe your name is Six.
It is.
It is.
You neglected to pass on that information.
Well, you were looking it up.
2017.
Okay. So, there is that. I mean, it's okay if you want to play it on the go. But I guess if you're... I mean... Once you get over the fuzziness, like once you've been playing it for a while, I feel like it's not really that big a deal.
Oh.
So, I mean... It was fun when I played. It was challenging. Right. The one thing I don't like is the same thing that Inside did was this sort of 3D world, but you're only seeing it from a side scroller view. Mm-hmm. So depth perception is very difficult to judge when going across small platforms or jumping onto something, grabbing.
But can you move forward and back? Or are you just moving side to side?
No, you can move in a circle. You can go all around. That's what I'm saying. You're in a 3D world, but you're only seeing it from one perspective. You can't turn the camera around the character.
Not on a platformer.
Right. You just...
I mean, you can't turn the camera in Mega Man, can you?
No, you can't turn the camera at all, but you can't go...
forward and back.
Right, there's no depth in that. It's just left to right.
Can you go behind things?
In what, Mega Man?
No.
Little Nightmares? Yes, you can go behind things.
Well,
so
there you go. Hide. What else you got before I fall over? Stomach is bad today.
Don't fall over. I think that's it.
That's it?
I think so.
Do I have anything else?
Oh, a bunch of PC games went to the Switch this week and last week.
Anything worth playing?
Not really. But I noticed that a couple games that I saw that were new on Steam, and some of them I put in my wish list, they just popped up on the Switch. Asphalt 9. We've been playing that.
Yes.
And we played some of the verses this morning. Some of the split screen.
That's what I've been playing. Oh, we played a couple runs. A couple runs!
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other thing I've been doing? Oh, Dominations.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, yeah. I've been sucked into Dominations. And what's the other one?
You been playing the Mario Kart?
I have not.
Why not?
And...
that's the new hotness.
It might be, but I'm not playing it.
Is it not good?
I think it's okay. You just have to have time. I don't sit here at home playing games. Is my problem. So I just don't do it, and I definitely don't want to really do it on my phone.
There is that.
You know, if I'm out and about and maybe waiting, like I had to go get blood drawn, and I was sitting there and I was playing all kinds of things.
Right.
But I'm sitting there for a time, and I have nothing better to do.
Right.
But just to be sitting at home in front of a 4K 43-inch monitor,
playing something on your phone.
and playing on my phone, it just feels dumb. You know, so
blasphemous. Yeah.
There was something else I was playing. Something from the Apple Arcade, and which of course is not on my very old iPad. And you tried to play it, the ball game.
Oh God, yeah, the Impossible Run or whatever it is, the Impossible Track, I think it's called.
That's what it's called.
I think so. I can't remember.
I really don't remember.
I can't remember. It's something like that.
But it will
ridiculous.
make you feel terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
It's awesome.
It doesn't make you feel good about your life.
It's like, why can I stay on this stupid track?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
That's a weird mechanic. How they're like, you have this descending like tower of a track, and they're just like, I'm gonna jump in front of everybody, boink, and just fall.
It literally tells you have to cheat in order to be successful. You have to jump ahead.
You can't go too far unless you die.
Right. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw there was a PacMan game, but then it said you had to have 2 to 4 players and you had to invite friends. It was like,
that's not PacMan.
Yeah, it was a PacMan. It was a new. Look on the arcade. It's there. It was on their front page. I was just like, okay, I downloaded it, and then I was like, nope. Because I don't have 2 to 4 people to play with.
Right, as soon as you multiplayer.
There is no other version of the game. Like, there's no other thing that you can do. So I was like, nope. I just wanted to play Crazy Pac-Man. I didn't want to play some Pac-Man where I got it. You found it? I think it was on the screen right in front of you. It was in this corner here. All right. See? Told you.
Pac-Man Party Royale. Well, that's why.
Yeah. See? It's like Crazy Pac-Man.
So you're competing?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. I guess the ghosts can be people.
No, there's just more than one Pac-Man.
I don't know.
There's more than one.
I guess you're trying to eat as much as you can.
Yeah, you're trying to clear the dots as fast. Like, I guess.
Get more than the other person.
Right.
Which is fine. Oh my!
Or
Pac-Man just ate Pac-Man.
Eat the other person. There's that too.
That's not cool. Pac-Man is not supposed to be allowed to eat other Pac-Man. That's not good. That's not nice. All right. You got anything else for the people today?
Nope.
I
have nothing else.
For the people. Do I need to read the thing again?
Actually, there's one more thing. There's a thing, a gaming expo that's happening in England and Germany right now.
Now?
Yes, now.
How come you always talk about things when they're happening now, but then...
Because there wasn't anything interesting coming out of it. There wasn't...
Y'all heard that.
There
There's
weren't
a
any
whole thing
games.
happening, but nothing interesting.
All the interesting games I already know about. And the only 2 I care about is Cyberpunk and Doom. So, that's the only thing I care about right now.
Doom's coming soon.
Yes, I know. I want to do it.
Less than a month now, right?
Yeah, I kind of want to play more of the other Doom just to sort of prepare.
Oh, you should prepare. Put it on like Nightmare. And
no, why would I do that? I don't think I have Nightmare unlocked even. I have to beat it on a certain level.
Put it on the highest one and then jump in and see what happens.
No.
That you want practice. You don't practice.
No,
you don't practice against your little cousin that's 2 years old. You practice against Michael Jordan. So jump in. It's going to definitely be scary though.
Yeah, that's something interesting that I saw where it looked like they took more. They changed some of the enemies to look more like the original Doom enemies. So like the big guys with the flamethrowers, they look more like the original ones. And you can see the guy's face, and he makes sounds now.
Yeah.
So, there is that.
All right, we're out of here. Say goodbye to people.
Bye.
Peace!
Small life. I'm so used to looking at Cam 2 over there. But it's over there now. See? See, you did it too. Went to Cam 2 over there, and it's over there now. Alright, let's talk about the DM.